the way of life, custom and habit. Again, why? The disease of loving dunya. We love to sit in a gathering talking about each other problem and other faults. I was talking to some men a couple of days ago, and I said, do you know if you kill somebody, really kill somebody, you have one sin. Just one sin. You kill somebody. But if you backbiting person many times, like you're killing the person over and over and over again. This is why Rasulullah he said, you want eat your own brother flesh alive? He said, Ya Rasulullah, who among us would like to do that? He said, this is a person who do backbiting. A person get up and he said, Ya Rasulullah, what happened if it is, he has this quality? He said, this is a backbiting. And another person said, what about if he doesn't have it? He said, he's a liar. You have two sins. Imagine. Today tell me, if you complain about somebody or you have a problem with somebody, why you do not go to him? Right away. If you're honest to Allah subhanahu, what's the problem? Wallahi, if we look at our life, the main problem we have is a problem between us and shaitan. This is the main problem. And the shaitan makes us busy with everything else instead of be busy with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Imagine, what is the topic really make me busy, and get away from Allah? And we forget we have a goal, we have a duty, we have a job. We have obligation, deed. We have a lot to do. If we know what is our road, but if we lost our road, mashallah, I find everybody sitting now, he talk about if we have a shaqqa, if we have a apartment in Egypt or apartment somewhere, and if you get an apartment, what about getting another apartment in the Mediterranean or Red Sea? And if you get another apartment, they ask what about this and what? And it's on and on and on and on. And the majority of people I sit with them, they lost the apartment. Either the brother take it, the relative take it, the neighbor take it, the government, somebody took it. And now they worry about getting the apartment, and after they get it, they worry about saving it, and after that they fight to how to keep it and how to bring it back. And nobody worry about how much he lost. Without mentioning name, one brother was sitting with them a couple of days ago, and I heard just in the back room, some brother talked about the brother. He said, I'm going to take my own brother to the court. You see, all about what? A material, again. Think about it. I do not hear about somebody said, oh, I want to go somebody to go and reach Jannah and to get some passes in Jannah and to reach Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and spend some time to get closer to Allah and purify my heart. Everybody worry about how, and like we talk about losing time or killing time. You see, imagine, it's a stupid sentence when you think about it. Imagine you do not want to kill anybody and you want to kill your own time. This is the most precious thing you have is time. When the topic is good, you find the time is gone. You see? Wallah, I didn't feel it. Half an hour? Half an hour. If we start really honest to ourselves, think about time, wallahi, we'll be crying. Shaitan is a thief. I said it many times. And the ultimate things you have is your own fikr, is your own thought, is your own state of heart. If you lose that, and he make you lose that, you finished. You finished. Because if you lose it, you lose everything you do. And this what is his job. His job, how he will let us lose our thought. Our thought, our heart should be for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Like one of the wasiyah, one of the will of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he gave it to one of the companions, his name Abu Dharr al-Ghifari radiyallahu anhu. He tell him, he said, Awsani Khalili, my Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, my dear beloved to me, he give me a will. I give to who take from me. And أعطي من حرمني وأصل من قطعني, and I will be joined those who cut me. وأعفو عمن ظلمني, and I will forgive those who are oppressed me. Look at it. It's all against you, everything against yourself. وأن يكون صمتي فكرة, to my silence will be thinking. وفكري عبرة, and my thinking is wisdom and tadabbur, to think about the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. ونطقي ذكرى, and my talking is remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is an advice of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to one of his companions. When you think about it, the first part is all against our desire. To give those who are taken from you. And to be kind to those who are bad to you. And to forgive those who are oppressing you. It's all against yourself. And after that, he advised us about the internal status. To my thinking, my silence will be thinking. Sometimes you find people sit down and have no thinking. And you ask, you think about something? He said, no. What are you doing? Nothing. And the person sits for like many days or many hours or anything. You planning to do something? Nothing. I do not know. It's not a status of a Muslim. A status of a Muslim always have something is going on. Either something is eating me according to what I've done in the past, or something I am worrying me what I'm gaining or what I want or where I'm heading. And this brings the question of that is,
how do you purify your soul?
How you purify your soul? Purify your soul is a lot of work. A lot of work. And start by asking yourself, is really I'm sick? Unless I said to myself I'm sick, I cannot purify nobody. Like one scholar, he said something beautiful. He said, if I come to you and tell you, your eyes is yellow, your face is dark, you have a problem, and I start give you many symptoms, it show up in you, you will be running and calling 911 and go to the ambulance and go to the emergency room and start checking yourself what's going on. Why? You worry about the status of your physical appearance or your physical body. But when it comes to the status of faith and the status of the heart, we take it slightly. But let's take it in here as a person really sick. Meaning I said to myself, I'm sick. Think about it. If I'm really sick, what do I do? If I believe I'm really sick, if I'm honest, number one, I will go to Allah and ask, oh Allah, I'm sick. Give me cure. Number two, from this life, is very simple. When you're sick, what you do? You go to the doctor. You find a doctor you respect and you trust. You tell him about your symptom and he starts giving you the medication. Can you say no to the doctor? No. Whatever he give you, you go right away, you buy it and you start taking it exactly the way he said. Today, let's pick up any Muslim and said, you have a problem and you should do this. He said, no. By this way, the denying the problem, denying the disease, and you do not want to go to the doctor. How you can be cured? What is the doctor of the Muslim? You have a spiritual doctor, which is the Prophet ﷺ. And you have the main one. Without it, we cannot go anywhere, is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But we are in the earth. And the earth is the land of reasoning. The land of cause. The Prophet ﷺ, he teach the companion. All the Prophet and Messenger before us, they was teaching. Teaching what? Teaching how to pure the heart. How to pure the heart. Is steps. You have to disengage your heart from dunya, from loving this life. You have to start giving what really upset you. Give it away. Whatever really hurt you so much, give it away. Because you do not own it anyway. But all this, what we're talking about it has to go through steps. Number one, you have to find somebody you trust. You explain to him what you have, and he start telling you what the steps to do. Because Islam is big, and each one of us is different. The disease of mine might be different than yours, might be different than others. The medication should be given according to your own status, and should be somebody follow up, and you should listen and obey to what the person say. But today we do not want to submit to that. Very few people. But the moment you submit and you said, I'm sick, this is the beginning of the cure. And I have a man in here witness to that. When he came to me in Hajj and said to me, all of a sudden, he put his hand in my shoulder and told me, I'm an ignorant person. I do not know nothing. I said, no, you are a scholar. Because the moment you said, I'm ignorant person, this is the time Allah will elevate you. This is the time Allah will give you. And I bear witness to Allah, the following day, he was looking different. Why? When the person in the eye of Allah admitted, Allah will take his hand. And I'm sure he will bear witness to that. You see what happened to him. Allah opened the road. But why? He reached. You see? When a person reaches, Allah will start giving. By this way, to purify your heart is not a magic word. Like one lady last week, I was doing a talk about Hajj, and she came to me and she sat down and she crying and said, excuse me, I have a question. With all respect to your sister, wallahi, she was a very good lady. She said, I have 5 children. I want to do Hajj. And I do not know how I do Hajj, and my heart is connected to my children. I explained to her, the problem is not the children. You can die and you leave your children. What's the problem? We do not own children. We do not own husband. We do not own a wife. We do not own nothing. After I explained to her, she cried again. She told me, okay, because I explained to her, it's meaning loving dunya. You love this life so much. You attach to everything you own, or you think you owning. She said, okay, how I give dunya away from my heart? Make dua for me. I said, excuse me, I can make dua for you. You can make dua, meaning pray to Allah. But unless you do action, action is the honesty and sincerity. Yes, number one, I call Allah. Oh Allah, open my heart. Oh Allah, let dunya out of my heart. Let me love akhirah. Let me remember death. Let me be among the people of akhirah. One of the dua, even in Hajj, one of the dua the Prophet ﷺ used to say, Allahumma ja'alna min awlad al-akhirah. Allah la aisha illa aisha al-akhirah. Is no living except the living of akhirah. This is not living. This is not living. You wake up too much, you won't go to sleep. You eat too much, you have a heartburn.